Okay, hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's impromptu bonus video. So, all day, I'm going to talk about something that's been like the focus or like the energy of my day, like dominating my conversations or my emails, my inboxes, and that's, past life energy or old, energy that's affecting you. Hold on, let me put my windows up. Affecting you now this lifetime. And if some people feel like there's no such thing as past lives, or that can't be accurate the way how we see it. Listen, we are a fragment. We are just a piece of divine source, and we are experiencing these things over and over and over. We know that extraterrestrials are real, okay? And not just, the green-eyed antenna ones, looking crazy ones, but, a lot of people, the majority of this population now, which is why we're able to ascend and grow and shift into another dimensional way of living, is extraterrestrials, people from other beings, people from other star systems and things of that nature, right? So when you go, you got all that power for no reason. So for all these, a lot of these people who are here walking around this earth and this planet, they're old souls. They've incarnated in other places and they've experienced different things. Okay. So, if you don't believe in past life regression and you don't believe in energy never dying and just recycling, one, I don't know how you ended up on my channel, but this is not the video for you. Okay. So with past life regression, there's people who have been here, a couple times. There's people that have been here a couple hundred. There's people that have been here a couple thousand. But every time you incarnate into a different reality or scenario, it's to help you grow. It's meant to help you evolve. It's so your soul can experience things in a different way, right? And it's meant to help you get a broader experience and range of things. All right. So now living during this particular time on Earth, after the stress signal was sent out saying, hey, we need help because stuff is getting messed up down here. We need some volunteers. We need people to come through. It's usually you incarnate during a time that it can help you in your greatest benefit. Okay. And there's a lot of people there's a lot of different energies on this planet right now. But a lot of people that are here have experienced some type of pandemic before, or some type of fear before, or some type of major shift when the Earth's energy was shifting and changing. Now, I say that because you go through things so that you can grow. You choose the way how you're going to experience things, right? With your soul contract, all right? And without me going too deep into it, I say this because a lot of us are disconnected and we cannot see the connection between the experiences that we have with people and with situations in what it is that our soul has been through before. Okay. So for me, I'm going to share my experience because I have had a past life regression before, just so I can grow and see myself evolve. And before I even did this PLR, I'm going to tell you it was based off of the same situation of me living through a pandemic. But I've always been a germaphobe my whole life. I've always been a germaphobe. Wash my hands, take my shoes off before I walk in the house. Don't be inside on the bed doing stuff with your outside clothes. Change your clothes when you get home. Change your clothes out your school stuff, right? You're not outside playing in your school clothes all day and then sometimes drop sleep. Right? I don't touch meat, right? With my bare hands, I gotta use gloves. I don't care what it is. I'm always rinsing things. I'm always washing things off. I used to wash my hands so much. My skin was so horrible because I used to wash my hands so much. Just all types of stuff. And if you know me, you can attest to this, right? Always been a germaphobe, and I've always questioned things. I've always questioned things. I've always, when I was younger, I think I may have told y'all this before, but I wrote a book called What Would Happen If? Because I used to ask so many questions with what would happen if? And one of the people that were influential in my life at the time was like, just put it in a book. Don't ask me no more questions. Put it in a book. And it was a good sized book too. I wrote it before I was even a teenager. It was pretty cool. So I've always questioned things, always counted syllables and numbers. Like, I thought everybody did it, right? So it was nothing to me. But that's helped me now in this time frame, in this time period of my life. Because with me being a germaphobe, it's so easy for me to be a shut-in. It's so easy for me to be one of these people that you see in their car with their windows up and their mask on. It's so easy and they're by themselves, okay? I could easily be that person. And you know how I could easily be that person? Because one, I'm a germaphobe, okay? I'm scared of, and my immune system used to be so low. I used to do all those stuff, clean with bleach. Like, you walk in my house and the bleach was burning your eyes, your nose. And I'm like, what's the issue? I don't smell nothing. You know what I'm saying? But someone else who's not used to it could see it. So I could very easily be that individual that you see walking around doing these things. I could very easily be in line to get the jab right now, okay? Just freely and willingly. And I can say that because the people who used to be very influential in my life, two of the people, my mother and my older sister, they are those people. They are the people. Listen, I went to see my mother last year when she got eye surgery, and I brought her, some herbs from my garden and different fruit and vegetables and stuff, because where she lived, you can't really find them things at a reasonable price, and sometimes she like to make soup and things. When you're sick, that's what you make chicken soup and go. So I brought her some stuff to make some soup, some chocho and pumpkin and things like that. So I get to the house, and mind you, I've told you, and you all have seen this, you see me in videos in airports and outside and doing things with no mask on. So I drive up there with my children so we can go see my mother. I get there, and my sister would not even let us in the door without mask and sanitizer. So I was like, oh, all right. After a little, seriously, she wouldn't even open the door. All right. She cracked the door open and she gave us the mask. And then she told us, make sure it's securely on. And I was like, whatever. I ain't securely shit, right? I'm gonna put this on over my ear and go about my business. She was like, no, you need to tighten the loops. Make sure they're securely on. Put it above your nose. Make sure it's pinched tightly. And make sure your children do the same. And I was like, it's what type of foolishness? Really? And then she gave us the hand sanitizer squirt, and then we were able to go in and see my mom, and I couldn't even hug her. Okay? So I can empathize. I've had family members pass away in 2020, and we did not have a funeral. And if they did have a funeral, I couldn't even travel to go to because I'm not getting tested for nobody. Okay? So I was there. And they're both, by the way, both my mother and my sister got the jab. Okay? So when I talk, I'm not talking from a place of not having experience. I have the experience, okay? I could very easily be on that spectrum of things. When everything kicked off, when it was really getting ripe with this lockdown, my husband and I were going to San Francisco for our birthdays, for our solar returns. And you all know we are Pisces. Our birthdays are a day apart. I'm February 28th. He's March 1st. But that year was a leap year. So we went out there for 4 days or 5 days or something like that, to San Francisco. And of course we went to Chinatown, and there's a lot of people that are Asian that are out there. And we went out there and we was just living it up. I didn't have a mask, I was a little freaked out, a little crazy extra with the germs, so I was spraying and wiping down my airplane seat. And I didn't put a mask on yet because they weren't really pushing it then, but my husband was like, chill out, don't sit there and start wiping down the seats and stuff, don't start that mess. But I did go with my Palo Santo and my Florida water, and I was spraying myself down, and I was like, I declare myself to be this free. I do not allow anything into my, I spoke over myself because old habits die hard, you know what I'm saying? And it was before we knew much of anything else. But I say all this because there was a shift then. This was one of my major things that I had to overcome and be able to heal other people and alert other people of the situation that's going on and how we're being manipulated, and why we need to stand up and stand firm in what it is that we believe to be true. Because in my past life regression that I did, I was living in the Mediterranean somewhere. And by the way, I've always loved Mediterranean things. Always. Okay? And I was a bush woman. I was a medicine woman, and I healed the town. And I lived through another pandemic. I lived through a major dis-ease. Hold on. I like my windows down, but because I'm talking to y'all, I got the AC on, and the AC is like blowing down my throat. So I was a medicine woman, and I lived through a time where we had some type of bad dis-ease because we were burning bodies. But during that time, I lived through to old age, and I was with some of the energies that I'm with in this lifetime, and it just was really, a trying time for me in that past life, because I had guilt, I had trauma from not being able to heal many people. It's like I felt I could have done more, and I didn't. That life that I had, that experience, and I'll share that with y'all because it's been some time, and I've overcome that, so it's okay for me to share that with you all now, especially since I've been talking about it all day. Spirit was like, go ahead and share. So that past life was like, this is me coming back to experience. I chose to come in and incarnate during this time so I can help raise the vibration and alert people to what is going on, and let you all know it's okay to question everything. It's okay to not believe in the mainstream. It's okay to not be in fear. It's okay to command greatness in your life at a time when other people are suffering, because they are choosing to suffer, because that is their life path. That is their choice, and it is okay. Last year, I refused. I said my child will walk across the stage. We are not doing no virtual graduation. We are not having no drive-by graduation. My child is walking a stage, and y'all gonna figure it out. And I secretly asked for something else. I'm still not gonna say it because it may put some people off, but I secretly asked for something else, and it came to fruition, okay? Not only did my child walk across the stage, but he also got featured in the newspaper. He graduated with distinguishment. He had a celebration with family that he doesn't get to often see, that found it valuable to put aside a virus and come and live it up with us and not wear no mask, because I do not allow masks in my home or when I'm doing business. If I'm doing a reading with you or anything and it's face to face, no mask. They cause me anxiety. No, I refuse. That's not what we're doing. Okay, rise higher than that. You can vibrate so high that disease cannot even touch you. Put yourself at a body state where your frequency is so high, them things run scared. Be the light and drive out that negativity. And I say this from experience. I could have very easily, it was just one little decision. It only took one little decision. Because I could have easily been living a reality fear, and my husband and my children could have been fine. Easily. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just based off what do you choose to put your focus on. And I choose to focus on greatness. And I choose to declare that no dis-ease can live in my temple rent free. Hell no. My body is my temple. Just like no one can come and break into my physical household. Y'all play with it if you want to. This German Shepherd will put a plug in your behind. And if you get past him, then I got a hot one for you too. That's if you get past the cameras. There's a protection that's put around. There's a barrier that's put around. You do it around your physical home that you live in. Why not your body that houses your energy? Because if you think that this body is you, I'm going to pose to you the question that I've posed to you many times before. Who is the entity? What is it that speaks or listens to you when you're interacting? When you stand in the mirror and you speak to yourself or you look in your eyes, what is it that you see? Can your body move on its own? No, it needs something to move it. It needs an electric spark. That's why when your heart stops, they use them paddles, they rub them together and get that friction and shock you back in. Supercharge that energy, just like that flashing light that just happened on my screen a while ago. And on that note, I will leave you where you are. I will leave it right there. I love you, wealthy family. I love you. And when I say things to you, it's not just me talking out my backside. I promise you. Until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.